Okay, so clearly I was wrong. I do want to apologize to everyone. This video was made after not sleeping for literally 3 days straight. I couldn't sleep. I even downed a half a bottle of sleep quill. Still couldn't sleep. I was running on a theory that I had been running on since the start of the puzzle. I didn't know anything about, coding of how a website's how you anyways, I input something into the Mr. Beast's website, or the Salesforce Mr. Beast, and it went to this error page, and I thought, here it is. I don't know if this means anything. If it does, I guess. If it doesn't, then I went on a rabbit hole of stupid things. Anyways, so initially I, got that page and I was like, oh my God, because my mind keeps going back to the fact that Mr. Beast said this puzzle could be solved day one. And there's a lot of things that my brain has been storing, like, you don't have to solve all the puzzles to get the answer. So did we have to solve any of the puzzles? There's videos that are in the hint page, the main videos that we're obviously supposed to focus on. The first one, anyways, yeah, I slept for like ever. Waking up, I was like, oh my God, I didn't win. So I feel really silly, a little embarrassed, and I wanted to apologize to everyone in the Discord, and I mean, obviously, we make mistakes, we're human, right? So please forgive me. But like I said, there's certain things that have stuck with me since the beginning. It can be solved in day one, so obviously we don't have to worry about solving each puzzle. We have to focus on one puzzle, or two, or three, I don't know. Maybe we don't have to solve any of the puzzles. Maybe what's in the bank video has the answer, but we couldn't figure it out until they dropped the video for the Super Bowl ad. And there's one puzzle we haven't figured out. What is it? I don't know. But I don't think the Sudoku itself has to be solved at all. I think there's a pattern we're missing. There is, if you look at it, you have puzzles that start from, like, I think it's 1,001 or what? 1,000,001? Okay, light bulb. Sorry. And then it goes all the way up. I can't remember, but the focus is on the puzzles, not the Sudoku itself. It's about the puzzle numbers. Okay, we're supposed to figure out what the exact puzzle numbers. Now, if you do this, okay, when there's people out there that have already figured this part out. Hopscotch, when you try to print or whatnot, it brings you to a website. So when you're going through and you ask for, for the Sudoku, you're brought to this page that says you have to follow an equation. That means nothing really. I think it's the page going into the next is what that is what matters. You've got 1mil.xyz, and then when you go in through all these pages, check your domain and IP address. They're all the same until you click on print. When you're doing this puzzle, you have to look at every tiny detail. You're not supposed to skip over, and it's nuts. But anyways, we didn't know about the Sudoku until how many days in, right? So the Sudoku obviously is not what we have to solve. It's possibly another clue into how we solve the answer. So there are so many ways we've gone. We've all done rabbit holes. But I don't think the Sudoku is what we have to figure out. There's a clue inside this whole thing. Secondly, we've seen that the bird cipher turns into Diomandi or whatever, right? It's not that we have to take out DI, because if that was the case, the whole video, the whole bird cipher, would have been, just the Diomon, okay, right? Which Diomon, obviously gives you domain, but Diomandi gets you diamond. There's a diamond, that's brown. It's called a chocolate diamond. So take that as you will. I don't know. My brain is just going. If you're watching this, there are some things that my stupid brain has come up with. The 10 to the power of 5. Now, I take that as obviously it's 100,000, right? But what if screen 10, which is 10 to the power of 5, what if it's not the right calculation? So you do 10 to the power of 6, right? So you've got the grenade. It has, the wavy plus the straight equals, whatever. So what if it was 10 to the power of 5 plus something in the big video? And that was the equation that we had to solve, not Yellowstone. I get it that, the color mattered. So maybe it's bringing us back to, screen 9? Screen 9, I don't think we've officially really figured that one out either. I know, we've had, now we've solved it into a location. Honeys, it's not about the locations at all. This could have been solved day 1, which means the puzzles are the distraction red herring, right? So you take his initial video with the red herring poster. We've all delved into that video. There's obviously things that stand out. The color red, and the red key, the red door. Now, if you take this into notation, the red door was not only there was 6 red doors, but there was also a red door in the Chris Hemsworth where he's hiding behind it. So the key to unlock the ant code is hidden behind a red door. I don't know. This is where I'm at. I mean, we're all doing rabbit holes, but the focus is those 3 videos and those 3 videos alone. The clues. Because we were given that it's hub 1, hub 2, hub 3. We've got behind the scenes, the ad, the big video. Those are our main ingredients. So we're just made to think that these puzzles have to be solved to get your answer. Everything's out there and we still haven't solved it because of red herring. We need to focus, people. We need to focus. Obviously, I think on the color red. We need to focus on the fact that we've all been thrown into this puzzle that has distracted us from what we really need to be looking at. The behind the scenes, the ad, and they both have Feastables in them. So, when Jimmy's holding the red cube, which brought us to Red Square Moscow. Red Square Moscow, I don't think it has anything to do with, but maybe Red Square. If you're using the Slackbot, the Puzzle Vault, right? The Puzzle Vault. There's another clue inside the Puzzle Vault that we're not seeing too. And we maybe, like, when we have the Kansas license plate, right? It says IP sit, right? Well, you anagram that into IP site, okay? So what if the domain and the IP site are your clues too? I don't know. If I'm giving you the freaking light bulb here, let me know, because my brain has been stuck on IP site and domain, and that's how I found that page I showed you. Like, oh, there's no clues, there's no codes, that makes no sense to me, because when you get a 404 error page, it's not really supposed to be that descriptive, right? You're just supposed to get 404, and whatever. It's literally an actual website, within, I don't know. Y'all, I know that we need to focus on certain terms. We need to focus on Salesforce, Slack, Jimmy, because Jimmy is obviously the focal point. Mr. Beast. If anybody wants to join me in a group, add me to a group. I have really a lot of insight, and I've stayed away from doing this with others because I feel like if I joined a group that someone would figure it out within the group and they would screw the rest of the people out of the group. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, like, the person that I am is, I wouldn't mind sharing this with other people because I don't want the whole $1 million. I just need a little. The whole reason I'm putting myself through this isn't just for the money.